Yo, what it do, what's up, my good people? Welcome to another episode of Real from the Regular Podcast. I am your host, Noland the Don.
I am your co-host, Brittany LaCara.
We appreciate you guys for joining us today. We got some real guests in the building to discuss some real issues.
Hey, this is Toya.
And I am 2/3 B.Noland.
2/3 B.Noland and Toya in the building today, man.
Yeah,
we appreciate you guys for being here.
So, can you cover that check before I leave?
We'll talk about it. All right, so
Well, at least he wanted to talk about it.
let's get into the strain of the week. All right, so today's strain is Granddaddy Purple, that good stuff. Granddaddy Purple is an indica marijuana strain that goes by many different names, including Granddaddy Perp, Granddaddy Perps, or what I most commonly call it, GDP. Popularized in 2003 by Ken Estes, Granddaddy Purple, or GDP, is famous for the indica cross of Mendo Perps, skunk, and Afghanistan. This California staple inherits a grape complex and berry aroma from its Mendo Perps and Afghan parents, while skunk passes its oversized compact bud structure. Let's see. Its potent effects are clearly detectable in both mind and body, delivering a fusion of cerebral euphoria and physical relaxation. While your thoughts may float in a dreamy buzz, your body is more likely to find itself fixed in one spot for the duration of GDP's effects. There you have it, Granddaddy Purple.
All right,
Smoke that
Pass that shit.
shit. Light that shit.
All right. So today's topic is dating.
dating. The curse of dating.
Dating in 2021. Well, you know, it's not even about to be 2021 for that much longer. That's crazy.
Almost a year.
Yeah,
Already.
wow.
I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, it's about to be 2022.
Yeah, 2022.
I know.
Ooh. You feel me? Wow. So dating in 2022. Man, this is going to be a fun topic. Like,
Dating is different all the way around to me. It's just like, I mean, I'm not dating, but from what I read, from what I see, from what I hear, dating is definitely different from what it was back in like 1998, 2002, 2004.
You went back then.
You know what I'm saying?
What years was
Like,
it?
and that was like in high school dating, and then when I graduated, and then, you know, when my first adult life in like 2003, 4, something like that.
Crazy.
It was a long time ago.
2005, I was still in high school dating. So that's crazy, man.
Right.
Long ass time
Still
ago.
dating in high school.
But-
So
A lot of people are doing the swiping. How y'all feel about swiping?
oh, like Tinder, like,
Swiping?
oh, I hate it. I mean,
Facebook got online dating too,
it's
though.
it's so many bots. It's so many unreal people. So many like scam profiles. I
There
mean,
is,
I've never
but-
had a successful connection on any of those sites. Like not
you have
one.
you have to have your expectations for online dating to be maybe every 30. You may get like 3 good.
That's horrible.
But you also have to think, when you meet people in person, are you always meeting people that
real.
have
That is
like
very true. That's very
you know,
true.
so I just feel like it's
Online
it's a
gives you
quicker-
access to more people quicker.
It gives you access.
Then
and you have to think, a lot of people don't go places anymore. Like, everybody in the house.
So would you rather meet somebody online or in person? Cause
I prefer online dating.
really,
Actually, yes.
I would rather meet you in person.
Do you have online dating experience?
No, because it's normally not successful.
But you ain't even really be trying. You don't even really be trying to date.
Bruh. Well, okay. What I'm saying is, when I was on like Tinder and
trying to get some pussy.
Really, because you weren't trying to date. Like, I don't know you to be a dating. And to me, dating means
went on
I
there
am
looking
dating,
for love.
trying to be with someone eventually.
Here's the thing: I'm not opposed to that, but somebody got to match my energy, and it's high. You know, I'm full of myself in a good way. In a good
Is
way.
it in a good way?
It's in a great way.
I think it's a good mix
okay.
of good and
'Cause
bad.
I've come a long way. I've come a long way, so I just refuse to backtrack. You feel what I'm saying? So
Okay.
therefore, my standards are high of myself and of the person that I would assume to be dating. So therefore, a lot of the people that I link with, I don't feel like.
Let's back up. What do you consider high standards? Like, what are your requirements?
Please.
Where have you brought yourself up to? What do you feel? What level are you at?
Oh, okay. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. All right.
You in the hot seat?
Listen, so me personally, all right, I'm 29 with no kids. And I'm not saying the standard is to have no kids, but I feel like that's a golden package because I don't come with no baggage. And not kids are not always baggage. Kids are not always baggage, but I mean, it is an extra, like, you know, if you dating a woman, then you got to worry about her kids or her being, you know, having time for things. It's a lot that come with it. So when I say 29 with no kids, I don't come with that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can move freely.
But I feel like you
I
feel
can
like
move free.
because you are 29 with no kids, like you get some kind of medal of
No,
honor.
let me
and
tell
that
you why my
should be
standards are high.
stroked a certain way.
Let me talk.
Okay.
Go ahead on.
All I'm saying, all right, so I'm 29 with no kids.
See, you
right?
keep saying that. Like,
That's your starting and ending point every time.
I was interrupted.
Okay, well, go to the next line,
I'm trying to say all of them through and through. All right. So y'all know the first one. So then I'm financially stable,
okay.
meaning I do have a roommate. You know what I'm saying? But I also have money in the bank. Like realistically.
So let me say this to you. When I was dating people that were 29, having a roommate was like a automatic out for me.
How long ago was that?
I mean, I'm 37, so it was probably
Okay,
within
I mean,
the
I'm
last
just
like
asking.
5 years. Like, you know.
You do what's comfortable for you. Like with me not having no kids, I don't need a house. I don't.
But I don't think it's
you
about a
don't need
house. It's about sustaining on your own, though.
Correct. So you say you're financially stable, but you have a roommate. So I'm just telling you from a woman looking at that. For I'm just
no, we're
telling
talking
you.
about it. No, it's no smoke. It's no smoke.
Because you're putting yourself at this high caliber. But
I'm still high, yeah, very
Yeah.
high. And even at that point of not even having my own crib, I'm still at a high caliber. But go ahead, continue.
And that's fine. But I'm saying that having a roommate does kind of
Change your financial
reality situation
Yeah. Okay.
from the outside looking in.
Okay.
Because you're
I'll take
not
that.
living by yourself.
I'll take that. Well, you know what? I mean, if I could be honest with y'all, so you know, I've had like a troubled past, like, you know, with going to jail and whatnot. So I found out having a roommate, because the couple of times I did go down, I didn't lose everything because she was able to hold it down. And this is my best friend. It just works out. We both pay our bills on time. I'm just find myself in a fortunate situation to the point where it's been gravy for 5 years. Like we respect each other's privacy. Like we just move. It's good.
But a
I'm
person
not
doesn't have
saying
to be your
anything-
roommate to hold you
Correct.
down, though. I mean,
Well,
she
true.
can have
I mean,
the
if
key
I-
to your whole
but
apartment by
I
yourself.
haven't dated a real person in like, I mean, I ain't gonna say dated a real person, but I haven't.
I mean, the reality of the situation, Nolo, is in that particular category.
Right.
If you was out here paying $1,700 a month by yourself in a 1-bedroom apartment and can brag about the fact that I got my own car, I got my own.
That's kind of stupid though. Like it just.
I mean,
it's-
but that's
it's-
your outlook on it, though.
Facts. It's stupid because I mean, like again, I don't need that. Like what I have right now suffices. And you know what's crazy? I have women that come over and they see no problem with, you know.
But that's
And
women
that's
on that
cool.
level with you. That's okay.
Exactly.
That's the thing. So
But
it's somebody
you're-
that's on your caliber. So if
Exactly.
you want a higher caliber woman, they are not going to be
trying to
okay
tell
with
you,
you in a
boy.
roommate situation.
You ain't
Exactly.
gonna catch
In most
none.
cases.
Exactly.
You need to be able to sustain on your own.
Because the women, but also
listen.
the women that you're saying the women that come over are okay with that, but the women that come over are not the ones that you want to actually be in a relationship with, though, right?
And
You're
then the
saying- you're
other
saying
part of that is,
nobody's-
do they have
you're
their own
saying
place?
nobody's meeting that expectation for you at this point for you to say, I want to settle down.
Wow, that's a good
So-
point. That is a good point, Toya.
I don't
So
think
if
you're
they're,
very
observant.
if they're accepting of that, then that means what? That's not exactly what you're looking for, though. So what you're looking for may not be accepting of that.
I mean, I don't know. I was trying to keep up. You know, I'm just gonna say, okay, but look, listen. Moving forward from me moving with a roommate, right? I own my vehicle.
Okay.
All right, you know what I'm saying? And I have a very good job, like benefits, vacation days, all that. So overall, I'm able to move how I want.
Mm-hmm.
I can, you know, pretty much provide anything that I want, you know, and
Can you
Can I say
provide for
something?
another person, though?
absolutely.
you can provide for you and another person. If you,
He's not going to.
Heaven forbid, right?
Wow.
I mean, unless it's my own seed. Like, here's the thing. Like, I ain't gonna say I came from nothing. Like, I was just dirt poor. But like, bro, I really put in the work to get where I'm at, and it takes time to get there. So therefore, my mental ain't like the same of taking care of the next person. Like, for what?
What did you want to say, B?
So, okay. I know me and you got our back and forth, our relationship, but this has nothing to do with that. Like, I'm really just going to ask you because I look at everything you said, like, in a different outlook. Like, your standards for you being, like,
29 with no
29
kids.
with no kids, or whatever the case may be. But just like, okay. So when you were saying that, I'm like, how long have you been good? Like, it's like, how long, like,
have you been stable?
Years?
Like, when I call myself
like,
good,
have you been stable for years? Have you been maintaining yourself? Like, how long have you had that?
So I would say about the last, really, like, the last comfortable, maybe like year and a half. But you know what? But I say that, okay, let me say this. And then when I say good, I go from not living to check. Because at one point I was living check to check, like, and having to borrow money from family. Like,
so what I think it is that you, and you should be, you're proud of where you have gotten yourself to from where you were.
Absolutely.
And with that, you expect that everyone else is supposed to be proud of that also.
Absolutely right.
And no, I'm just telling you what it comes off as. That they are supposed to respect that in the same manner you're respecting that, but you're the one that's living that. And so someone coming into your life at where you are now is not going to be like, oh, like, you really worked to get here, because I ain't lived there with you. Like, I didn't go through the trenches with you. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I would respect that differently if I had been in a relationship with you for years, and I'm like, okay, I can respect that you really like doing it now, from where you were, but I'm coming at where you are now. So you have to look at what you're bringing to the table and what I'm seeing on the table right now.
Exactly.
Not what was there and what's now here. Like, it's like that's what you're looking at.
Well, okay. I mean, I get what you're saying. And it's just one of them things that, I feel like you have your, opinion about it, and you're not wrong, because I see what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody who went through it with you,
right?
So,
at the same time.
But how so though? Like, I guess she's saying somebody who's been there with you will respect it more than somebody who's just not coming into the picture.
But kind of like back to what I was trying to get at, in the sense of, okay, I'm 34, 2 kids, my own apartment. I've always had my own apartment since I.
Go on and finish, Brian.
Wow. I mean, I know we stayed together at one point, so I mean, I always had my own apartment. Just seems kind of like a flex.
But you stayed with him in his apartment, eh?
It's not his own.
Oh.
Did y'all get the apartment together, or was it his apartment and you moved in?
It was him and somebody else's apartment. They didn't work out, and I moved in.
Oh, okay.
They moved out. That was my shit. My name is there.
Okay.
My name is there. I moved that person in.
Oh, okay.
Still my shit. All right. I always have been.
Corrected. I stand corrected. My bad. I wasn't aware. I thought y'all got it together.
Anyway, the moral of the story
Finish
is...
your point.
Having my own, I always have my own vehicles, or whatever the case may be, in my eyes, in the way, when I had the Monte Carlo, I bought the Monte Carlo, and the car after that, bought cash or whatever. I always had my dream vehicle, whatever. So, like, setting my own standards was kind of like my goal, as you like to say, like, how stable you are, my 29 with no kids or whatever the case may be. But then, like, when you actually get out here and start meeting different caliber of women and seeing their standards for, like, them, not only for themselves, but, like, for what they expect out of a man, not a nigga, not a I'm not gonna say a becoming rapper or whatever, deal, whatever. But like what they are expecting. Yeah, totally. Yeah. You behind. We behind. Because I even look at my situation as, bro, I'm not there. I'm not comfortable bringing a woman into my situation. Like, and I'm on my own. I got my apartment. I'm not even in a roommate situation. But it's like, even still, like, the standard is your own house. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But who's standard? I guess that's my disconnect. It's who's standard?
The grown folk standard. The real,
And
like,
see,
the
here's the
adult
thing,
standard.
I don't agree with that.
But
I
I
don't
feel
agree
like
with that.
you haven't found a person that you have really had an interest with, and it could be the caliber of women that you are dealing with. You talking about these people that I don't want to name, but you know who I'm talking about. They are not the caliber of woman that you want to be with. So what are we comparing what you want to be with to? You have not presented that in any realm of the conversation that we've ever had.
That was never a question.
What was never a question?
Never a question. The question was what made me think that I was like top tier. What was my caliber? What I brought to the table was the question originally. So I never answered about a woman.
But I think that the women that you have been dating makes you say, "What are you bringing to the
Nolo
table?"
hasn't been dating.
Well, whatever.
Okay, so
you
the
wanna
women he been
call it.
fucking.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's
Like-
been hanging out. There's a difference. Like he hasn't. To me,
But
again,
he
dating
feels
is
like
when
they're
you're
not on
kicking
his
it with somebody
caliber.
with the intent on possibly
Right.
being together.
Are they not?
That ain't what he doing.
You don't really want to say that because you want to keep.
Listen,
keeping it.
no. I mean, I'm just saying I'm be transparent as I possibly can be without naming no names. I have dated. I dated. Okay, it's been about like over a year.
Okay.
So I mean,
A bit longer than that, right?
probably.
Years more than that, right?
No, not years. Just over a
Who's the
year.
last person- Who's the last person you dated?
Okay.
Oh, you don't want to name names?
Yeah, nah.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
you know, for the section.
So let me give you an example. Okay, I'm single with no kids.
Okay.
Okay, I am a little older than you, so I'm 37 with no kids. I have my own place. I have my own car, and I'm financially stable. With that, I'm just like you in the sense that I need someone to bring something to the table. I don't need you to pay for anything for me.
Boom.
You know, but you need to be able to. I don't need you to, but it would be nice if you were bringing something to the table other than just sitting there like, oh, well, I'm just going to mooch off you.
Right, right, and I agree. Nobody should be mooching off each other. I think until you put a ring on it, I always thought finances should be separate. Live how you can afford to live. Period.
Okay, well-
when dating exclusively, like we can do for each other. But why not be Dutch? Why even get finances entangled? I don't.
Like I live with my boyfriend, so and we're not married. So
Right.
I mean,
are y'all finances entangled though?
our finances are separate, but we
Pay the bills together.
exactly.
You bring your half, you bring your. I think that's how it should be throughout until you put a ring on it. I don't think any other way finances should ever be entangled. But that's me. That's my thought process.
Now, what is your definition of entangled? Financially entangled.
Like we sharing bank accounts. You got access to mine. I got access to yours. I don't need none of that. You feel me? Like just if we agree to go half on this room, half on this, half of this, just have your money.
Okay.
And you feel like that should be the case up until possibly getting married.
Yeah.
Getting married, or
just
just saying, will you marry me? Because you said till you put a ring on it.
till you put a till you actually go through with it and you're at the you didn't have the reception and everything. You actually didn't got married. Because
Okay, so,
things are subject to change.
Realistically,
Talking realistically.
no, I'm saying realistically, life happens.
Right.
So, in the event that say your job is no more, and you're in a relationship with somebody, say y'all living together, what is your expectation that she is supposed to help hold you down until you get another job?
Okay, so me personally, I've never had trouble finding a job. It may not be the job I want, may not be the pay I want, but I've never had trouble finding a job. I'm not the type to sit on my ass and be like, oh, I can't find work. I've always been able to find work, so that wouldn't be a problem for me personally. So, I mean, I would never, that wouldn't apply to me, just realistically.
I mean, but
I mean, it wouldn't. I've always worked since 22. You've never known me to be out of, I mean, not, you two, but even my family, I've never known me to be out of work.
I mean, I've never been out of work, but I wouldn't say I'm never going to be out of work because I've never been out
I've
of
never
work.
experienced it, so I'm just saying I've never been out of work.
Like when you out of work for a good minute, getting a check from the government, not working.
Yeah, that's everybody due to a pandemic. That's different.
I wasn't unemployed during the pandemic. Like,
I wasn't either.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, that wasn't everybody's
I'm saying, a lot of people was though. That's what I'm saying. A lot of
Including
people
you,
was.
so you was out of work for a period of time, nigga. That's what that means. You was out of work.
But I also think that was a different situation because he was able to get
that's
money
due
from
to
the
a
government.
circumstance. That's due to a circumstance. Due to a pandemic. It was better for me to be out of work than risk my health.
I guess the question that she had at the end of the day is, if there ever came a time, whatever the circumstances were, you're kicking it with a girl, y'all been together for a minute, y'all are now living together, you lose a job, do you expect her to hold you down, or do you expect her to be like, nigga, you need to go because you ain't working?
Oh shit. I would expect her to help. I don't expect her to hold it down because
Would you?
Why y'all looking like that?
Would you help if she lost her job?
Yeah, if we kicking it like that. But I mean, if I'm yeah, I would help.
Okay, so anyway,
I would help.
talk about the conversations that need to be had prior to dating, or you know, those things that need to be discussed before we take it to a certain level.
Okay, I would love to start this off if you guys don't mind.
Go ahead.
All right, so my top two things is I date for a day-to-day basis. I don't date for longevity. Why y'all laughing?
Because that shit is crazy. I told you that already. That is absolutely crazy.
You date from a day-to-day basis?
I mean, when I say day-to-day, like...
He don't date with the future in mind.
So you just looking for friends with benefits?
I'm not. No, I'm looking, bro. I just don't want to. I don't put all into one person. I don't expect too much from a person. I don't want to expect us to be together 5 years from now. And you know what I'm saying? I don't put that type of.
You're casually dating,
right?
I mean, I guess if you want to call it that, I just call it dating with no. I mean, we're just freelance dating.
But it's not dating though. To me, I feel like the way you're categorizing it, it sounds like it's more like we're just hanging out, we're just kicking it.
Why? But we're dating. Like, this is my girl. This is my girl. I just don't have no intentions on like marrying you. That's not my thought. It's marrying. Y'all making me sound crazy, brother.
Ain't making you sound
You sound the way you sound.
If y'all can see their face right now, everybody smiling with little smirks on it. Bro, I don't date with the intentions of marrying.
And this would be the conversation that you would have with her, right?
Look, a lot of the people.
So what does that conversation sound like in the beginning?
A lot of people that you dated, have you married? Exactly. So I don't even go in there with that thought process.
I am learning. I am in a learning process.
But my thing is, I don't feel like you go into dating looking for someone to marry. You go into dating looking for somebody who has the same chemistry as you. We got the same vibe as you. We got the same moods. We got the same common.
So what I'm saying is not wrong.
And then it goes.
So this is the thing. You're going into situations already judging that someone is expecting a certain thing from you. From them paying for stuff, from them wanting you to marry them. Like, it's like you're not even giving the people that you come across a chance to show you who they are. You've already determined who they're going to be just based on your preconceived notions of what dating is.
I hate that I give off that vibe if that's what I give off.
Oh, absolutely.
So what's number two? Because number one was I'm dating day to day, which you really ain't dating. But anyway.
And number two is everything is Dutch until I put a ring on it. Like, just pay
you say everything is Dutch. So this is a conversation that you have up front. Like, you know, we kicking it. I meet you in the grocery store, whatever, because you don't like online dating. We vibe. You know, hey, let's exchange numbers. At what point in time do you tell me, yo, I just want you to know I ain't paying for shit?
First of all, you always say respectfully. Right? So you would say, you know, hey, look, I like you. You know, I want us to continue to hang out, but, you know, to be real respectfully, I think everything should be Dutch. Like, I just don't want to feel like either one of us is using each other for money or can do
so
something.
Again, this is a conversation that you...
Can I finish? Thank you. I don't want either one of us to feel like we're trying to do something that we can't afford. Because a lot of things I always say, a woman will go out and get steak on your tab, but get a burger on hers. You know what I'm saying? That's just the reality of the dating in 2021. And I'm very well at it. Social media has made that. She'll go out and take pictures of the food. She'll go out and take pictures of the food and not you and you paying.
But that's
disrespectful.
But that's still that proves what I was saying. You have these preconceived notions about dating.
That's reality.
It's not reality though. Everybody ain't
I'm
coming to
reality. No, I'm playing. I am playing. It's not reality. It's not all reality. I was just joking. Yeah, I agree with that.
B, what was you getting ready to say?
I lost it. I'm sorry. No, was that a conversation that, again, you have before it happens, before you take her out, before y'all plan to go out to eat, or that's just, or do you wait till after it happens?
Give you an
Or
example.
you wait till after 3 or 4 dates? I'm sorry, I was talking. Can you wait a second?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or do you wait till after 3 or 4 dates and y'all paying for each other, and then she be like, or do you wait for an incident to happen and then have that conversation?
I'm gonna give you an example of my last person. I was getting this tattoo on my face, and I seen this girl at the tattoo at the same place, and I we was talking, we exchanged numbers, and we hit it off. We texted, on a day-to-day basis, whatever. Hey, But I was like, man, I like you. You know what I'm saying? I like you. You know what I'm saying? Let me get your number. Boom, boom, boom. Everything's good. So when I asked her out, I was like, look, but I said this through text, just because at this point we're texting, we haven't talked on the phone. I don't do a lot of talking on the phone, but we're texting. I'm just like, hey, respectfully,
Saying respectfully does not make it any better, just so you know.
I feel like it does, because it'd be like what I'm about to say may come off as wrong, but I don't mean it no harm. I know how some people, and not only, some women and people take things. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm just saying, hey, look, I would prefer for us, if we do decide to go out, for us to pay to be Dutch. And most women, most women don't have a problem with that. Like, they can be like, I can respect you saying this up front, because I'm always going to have money. As long as I wanted to.
Oh, okay.
You feel me? Nah, I don't know. Like, me and that girl haven't been out yet.
That is funny.
That's a reason for that, though. See, I'm glad I said it. Because, but nah.
And also, just because your intent is not to be that way doesn't mean that's how it's being received. Regardless if you say respectful,
and that's fine. I've been by myself. I've been alone so long, but that I'm actually like, I'm okay with it now, and it's sad because I used to be a relationship oriented person. I felt like I was, but
were you?
I felt like I was, but obviously not.
To that, I'm gonna say, when I'm dealing with somebody, at least now in my stage and where I'm at, I like to make sure that conversation is had like within the first 2-3 days.
Yeah,
like. Actually, it was somebody that I was dealing with that it's funny because I didn't necessarily want to like have that type of relationship with them, sexual relationship that they wanted to have with me. So when it actually happened, it happened. Okay, cool. But at the same time, like, I know we didn't have this. Okay, so what is your intentions? Like, what are you dating for? Or, what is your expectation? We ain't had that talk yet. I had sex again. And I'm like, nah. I wasn't even feeling like, I was like, nah, bro, you gotta have this talk. Like, before it happened before it happened 3 times, and she might think I'm hers or something like that. Like, let me just make sure I had this talk. Like, hey, like,
3 times is key.
hey, so, just want to let you know, like, I'm not looking for no relationship. I'm just doing me. I'm growing with my boys, this and that, blah, 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 blah. What you want or whatever. Okay, you looking for a good time too. Okay, so we good. All right. Like, now I'm more so like, I got to have those talks like up front.
Before the sex.
Yeah.
Because, after the second time, bro, it's kind of like you already then went into that territory. So now it's like, what if she didn't give you the response that you expected? So that's why I was like, it was kind of late after you had sex, I feel. I
will be going off of the vibe of the first time. Like, as long as you don't get all clingy and everything else like this. And on purpose, I like, not necessarily dip or whatever, but I don't like, I'm like you, I don't really like to talk to it if the relationship is more so texting or whatever the case may be. Like, I may just not be available as I was before with the activity during the day, with the texting during the day. Mm-hmm. I may still hit you with the good morning. Just kind of disappeared. It was a busy day. Sorry. Sorry, it was just a busy day, tired. Talk to you later, or whatever the case may be. But I'll talk to you the next day like it was just nothing. I'm going to distance myself just a little bit, just so I want to make sure where we at with this. You know what I'm saying? Like, we still friends. We can still talk where we was and everything. And I'm going off of your vibe at the same time.
But what if a person is telling you, yeah, I feel you, but that's really not what they're showing you? Yeah, you're saying, yeah, I understand, but you're still a little clingy for me.
Going with the wind.
Like
you're looking to be in a relationship. I told you that's what I'm looking for.
But just because someone is, what do you consider clingy? Maybe I should ask that. What warrants clingy?
Not allowing the personal space. I think, I can say everybody. Because everybody's different. That's the whole point of catching the vibe before How about this? What I learned is you got to be on the same page. Because all I could go off of my last relationship, and I wasn't on the same page as she was.
Right.
And I feel like if I was, then I may not have considered that clingy.
Gotcha.
Because that's just being in a relationship all in.
So let me tell you what I've experienced with my dating situations. I wouldn't say I'm clingy per se, but I let people know up front, like I'm dating with a purpose. Like I'm not just out here, doing whatever. And so if I'm hanging out with you and I kind of catch the vibe that you really ain't looking for that, even though you may say that, then I'm going to probably distance myself as well, But what I've found is after I leave you alone, then you think you're going to keep calling me and texting me for the next couple months. Like, hey, what you doing? No.
But does looking
but
for
you
that
weren't-
mean, like, I got to stop being myself and stop doing
Not
what
that
I've
you have
been
to stop
doing?
being
Like,
yourself,
so, like,
but-
do I got to stop playing my PlayStation at the same time?
No,
Like,
it's
do I gotta,
nothing
not
like
be
that.
me? Do I got to all of a sudden start FaceTiming when I don't normally FaceTime just to, like, please?
Not like that, because
Like-
I'm not even that person. Like, it's not like that. It's just that if you're not showing me the level of interest that I feel like I'm showing you in the time that I'm dealing with you, and then I stop talking to you, because I'm one of the people, when I'm done. Like, I'm really done. So don't, for the next couple months, like, keep trying to get back in because you had your opportunity at the time that I was dealing with you. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I feel like, and that's maybe just my experience, but I feel like men do that a lot.
I agree with the
Where-
match energy. Like, if you're not matching
Yeah.
my energy, I would disappear, because it's like
Yeah.
I can't put in more effort than you're willing to show. It's just not fair. So I do agree with that 100%.
But yeah, I just feel like when
Men-
you
women
have
do
your
it too, though.
opportunity,
Women-
and that may
I mean,
be true.
yeah,
That's why I was
yeah.
saying, like,
So
I don't date
yeah.
women, so I
Yeah,
know.
exactly.
But I just feel like when you have that opportunity with that person, if you're not ready, it's cool. Like, I feel like you should be upfront and honest and be like, I'm really not ready for something like that. But if you miss your opportunity, you can't be mad because
Most definitely.
you weren't ready at the time that they
Yeah.
gave you your chance.
True.
So I feel like, and me and Toya have had this conversation, and we kind of differ on the different levels of dating. I feel like there's dating, then there's dating exclusively, and then there's relationship. We are a couple. We are together, and
I
then
feel
it
like
goes from there.
there's dating, and then you in a relationship. It ain't no in between for me.
Now let me tell
Because-
you. No, hold on. Let me tell you why I feel that way.
Let me tell you how I feel.
Because-
there's 3 of them goddamn categories: dating exclusively, then a relationship.
And I feel that way because normally when you're dating, under normal circumstances, you're dating more than one person, right? So then normally somebody starts to stand out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That person starts to stand out. So then all of a
Catch
sudden,
emotions. That's what we
I'm
call
dating
catch
you
feelings.
exclusively.
Right.
I ain't talking to nobody else. But we're not in a relationship, so we're still in that courting stage, and
Of
the
learning each
expectation
other.
level is not where it would be if we were actually in a relationship.
Yes.
So then when we get to a certain point,
Yes.
then maybe we can discuss,
Yes.
let's be together.
So
Right.
this is why there's not a difference for me. If I'm dating you and we say we're dating exclusive, or I say I'm dating you exclusively, I'm not talking to anybody else, but we're still in that like dating phase, I don't expect that you're not still seeing other people. Like, I don't have that expectation of you because we're not in a relationship. Now, if you made the choice that, you're vibing with me in the same way I'm vibing with you, and we're going to both just focus on each other, that's cool. But I'm not going to have a conversation with you to say we're dating exclusively and then have another conversation and say we're in a relationship. Like, I don't, no. Like,
But dating, the definition of dating is not a relationship. So,
Exactly.
Right. So if you're dating exclusively, you have to have the relationship talk as well, because it went from one level.
But
to
what
another.
she's saying is
Exactly.
she doesn't do the exclusive dating. She goes really from just general dating into a relationship.
We-
from
dating in a
talking
way.
to dating exclusively.
No exclusive dating. It's from dating to a relationship. There is no dating exclusively.
yeah.
Because
I
Toya
don't
is
do
not a
that in
serial
between.
dater, so she
I'm
probably wouldn't be one to be dating multiple people at one time. So technically, she starts off kind of dating exclusively.
Yeah.
Right.
I start mixing people up. I can't.
So
I
for
can't do
her,
it.
there
So
is
you
no
jump
real.
into a relationship, so it go from
I don't jump into a relationship,
No, I'm sorry,
'cause I don't-
not jump. That was
Yeah.
a bad word.
No,
so
but-
it goes from talking to relationship though. Like, that's the next step.
when we have the conversation. But what I'm saying is, if I'm dating you exclusively, I'm not gonna have a conversation with you and say, "Oh, I don't want you to see other people because I want you to date me exclusively." I'm going to date you exclusively.
Oh, regardless, because that's just how
that's who I am.
Right,
but I'm not
right.
going to have the expectation that you're not still seeing other people, because ultimately, I feel like naturally as people, you're going to start feeling one person more than the others anyway.
Absolutely,
and you naturally should kind of start dropping that off. But I don't need to have that.
Then what?
I mean, I don't need to have that conversation with you. If you don't feel like I'm the prize in this situation, then it's cool. Keep doing what you're doing.
And you naturally break it off?
Well, technically, they would be the one to kind of break it off because she's dating them exclusively. They're not dating her exclusively, which means but she doesn't necessarily know that, though.
Exactly.
Because they haven't had a conversation.
Because I'm probably not going to ask you that. Like, I'm probably not.
So that person
I'm also probably not sleeping with you.
That's interesting that you wouldn't ask that.
I don't sleep with everybody I date either, so I'm gonna say it like that.
Right.
Like, I'm not necessarily sleeping with you just because I'm focusing on you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's kind of when I feel like that conversation needs to be had, because I do want to know that we're exclusively sleeping with each other if that's where it's gonna go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if we're still just getting to know each other, we're hanging out, we're going on dates, whatever. I mean, this can go on for months, and I'm probably still not gonna sleep with you. Like, it's
right.
it's just who I am. But
right.
So that's why I guess for me it doesn't bother me. But yeah, like once things kind of get to a serious level on my end where I'm like, I do want more from you, then I'm gonna probably have that conversation.
Oh, I feel that.
Yeah.
So what do you do? Never mind. You don't do none of that. Never mind. My bad.
No, but okay. Let me say this. I do agree with the 3 stages, though. I do think there should be, of course, like dating, then dating exclusively, and then we're in a relationship. And I think all those things need to be talked about and agreed upon on each stage. Like, so we're agreeing that we're dating exclusively, right? Because if I catch you cheating, if I see something on your phone.
But see, to me,
so
you don't have
cheating?
that right, though.
Exactly.
To me, if you're dating exclusively, that still means we're getting to know each other, which is why I made the distinction about the expectation.
Ooh.
Exactly. You can't say I'm cheating.
Dating exclusively,
learn
still
yourself.
Right. No.
You're absolutely right. I shouldn't care about what's all in your phone and all that stuff.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, there's a different distinction. You're right. You can
and
only
that's
do
why
that
I
when
don't
you're
have
in a
that
relationship.
conversation, because I'm like,
right.
I can't judge, like I can't dictate what you're doing, and we still in our dating phase.
Fact.
You can't dictate what motherfucker doing when you
Period.
dating.
I mean, that's very true.
Period.
That's very true.
I better learn, man. What?
Maybe I should say there's certain expectations
Correct.
in a dating phase that I don't feel like I should have of you, and that's why for me, I'm probably not going to go through a phase of dating exclusively.
But I feel like you
Naturally,
start
you
dating
only know
exclusively
that
though,
while dating
because you
somebody
said you're
for-
not a serial dater. You don't really
Right.
believe in dating or are not mixing up people. So therefore, you really kind of skip the stage of dating multiple people to date exclusively and then go into a relationship.
I did date multiple people.
Yeah, and you was getting that shit mixed up.
Yeah, I was.
In what way?
Names.
Wait a minute, I don't know if it was names. No, I started like. Because when you're getting to know people, like I'm asking you about like your
Favorite
life,
color, this and that, mom's name, sister, people, where you been, where you grew up.
mean,
just-
stuff
Be like,
Look.
damn, that was not you. That wasn't name.
Exactly.
Damn, you don't like onions? Fuck, I thought you said you
Yeah,
like onions.
like
in the burger.
it's stuff like that. Like then you got people saying, "Oh nah, it must have been the other nigga." Like,
Oh yeah, I hit him with that line. Nah.
Hey, I'm sorry, we single, right? It might be, it might have been shit.
Right, yeah, we laughing about it.
How your vibe? No, can't fuck with you like that. But no, for me, man, like that is, yes, dating exclusive. For me, is the whole time period of actually learning to get to know this person's vibe. But at the same time, I understand I'm only gonna give the sex to you. Like at the same time, like for me, at this point, when I get in a relationship with somebody, I want to have all this stuff worked out. Like I want to have all that small bump in the head stuff already figured out. Like I know we're gonna do that. I know we're gonna have disagreements and stuff like that. But at the same time, I want to know we can bounce back from an argument. You know what I'm saying? I want to know to make sure that, you here with me, we have a friendship first.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to know how you are, like, just for me personally, I ain't going to ask nobody hand in marriage until, like, I feel like 3 years.
I think it depends on the individual.
That too, but at the same time, you don't know an individual so soon nowadays. Like you really don't know what this person is like.
some
if they're
people
lying to you until you actually invest the time in that person.
so do you not feel like when you know, like you don't feel like that, even if you
because
waited?
people knew and they were still wrong. People doing they were still wrong for 20 something, 30 years. I'm just saying, they just stuck it out. But at the same time,
But sometimes people just grow apart, though. So all of that is not necessarily.
Because people are still growing within themselves, and that's something else. Like, another part that's important when it comes to dating exclusively. Understand, I was me before you. For us, you was you before me. You know, your own individual. You like to do what you like to do, and everything else like this. I ain't trying to come in and change you in any way, form, or way. What was it? I was walking the path. You was walking the path. We were trying to put them paths together, make the road bigger. You know what I'm saying? Grow together. But at the same time, you know, I still got my path. You still got your path. So understand that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's important for me now, and I understand the meaning of that. So, I'm not coming in to change you. I don't want you to come in and change me. I just want you, if you can vibe with who I am and what I like to do with my flaws and everything, and I can.
So, what level of compromise do you feel like
with dating exclusively? None.
Not with dating exclusively.
Let me take that back.
It wasn't
because
with dating.
I'm dating you exclusively. I'm saying I'm to you. You know, I'm trying to. You know.
So with you saying you come to the table a certain way, and this person comes to the table a certain way, and they shouldn't try to change you. You shouldn't try to change them. Whatever the case. But you do understand that there's certain compromises and things that
and I feel like that will come naturally in us just being around. Okay, so if I didn't like, not necessarily a smoker or whatever the case may be, or a drinker, and you a drinker, whatever the case may be, but everything else I love about you and everything else like this, okay, I might compromise if you ain't a bad drinker. You know what I'm saying? I might not like the smell of alcohol on your breath. You know what I'm saying? But I will compromise because that's what you do or whatever.
But
that's just something simple.
There's certain
I agree with
compromises in a relationship that you have to make that are way bigger than simple things like vices that you have or whatever the case. Like, definitely from a personality standpoint, like I've seen this quite a bit lately, and it's very true that you can't expect you from other people. Nolo needs to learn that, but you can't.
You can't expect you from other people.
You can't expect you from other people because that person is not you. But a lot of people go into situations expecting people to do things and to be exactly the way they want things to go and flow.
I'm sorry. Wait,
so
that's
okay.
no. I'm so sorry. That's not. I have standards. I have high standards. Like that's the
You
standards. I don't want
the whole
nobody to be
conversation.
like me.
Nolo.
You
It's only one.
the whole
It's only one of me.
conversation just to
It
say
was a
that?
joke.
It's only.
It was a joke. It's okay.
No, I just
It's
want
okay.
to-
But on the
standards.
real tip, we're going to get back to them high standards because I'm still trying to figure out where them high standards come
I
from.
just consider them high.
It's okay. You can consider them high.
Like damn. Like am I asking too much? Like real. Right. Just
It's okay.
Just match what I have.
We're going to come back to it.
What do you have? Explain that
Has a
again.
roommate.
What the fuck is that? What is that? What is that?
They trying to take
Brittany,
me out
what
of
is
my
that?
He got some money and he got 2 cars. He got
They
2
trying to
cars.
take me out.
He
That's
got some
crazy.
money
Yeah,
and
true.
he ain't got no kids.
No. Ding 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 ding.
And he got a job with some benefits. You missed all that, B?
Apparently.
Good hours.
Apparently.
So,
got the same shit I
back to the question at hand. Do you agree or disagree with that? Like, what is your? Do you want me to ask it again? Did you forget
the last part?
It's
Yes,
okay.
Please. I'm sorry. It threw me off.
A lot of people come into relationships expecting themselves from other people. So you're like pretty much like your way or the highway, but not so much that you notice that that's what you're doing. Like,
No, I'm willing to adapt to a certain
Okay.
extent. I learned that in my last one. I really wasn't willing to adapt.
right.
And I understand, like, when you're in a relationship, you should adapt to certain changes. I understand that. Now, okay, when I said that you shouldn't have to change, I didn't necessarily mean that all the way.
Okay.
Not like you don't have to change nothing about you. No.
Okay.
Not saying that. But like I said, that road, that path, when you get it together, it does change into one.
Yeah.
I did say that. So,
Right.
like, you will change somewhat. But I don't think, like I said, you should change your character, your person, like you, your core
The
you
essence of who you
at
are.
the same time.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
To a certain extent, an issue, like I said, I don't know if this is high or low in your categories, but going through the phone of your mate when you are in a relationship or whatever, having access like that. I was a hell nah, fuck you, nah, don't touch my shit. Period.
Yeah.
And at the same time, in the back of my mind, I always kind of had some dirt or some old shit in there, or whatever the case may be, that could fuck up some shit. And that was just the way I rolled.
Yeah.
At the same time, because I ain't letting nobody go in there, so it really didn't matter.
Right.
But that's old stuff or current or whatever the case may be. That was just me. But I'm moving differently now.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, I feel like that's part of being grown. That's part of,
Nolo, would you let a girl go through your phone?
A girl that I'm dating?
Yeah.
A girl that you're in a relationship with?
Yeah, I feel like it would be fair. I wouldn't want her to. But that would have to be something we agree on. Like, we got to have equal access. Because if you say no and then I say no, it's just fair. I'm a fair guy. Like, I'm fair.
I'm moving.
If you want access,
move different.
If you want access, you can have access.
I
but
don't
I need access.
go through phones, but my person knows how to get to my phone.
Right.
But I mean, I don't feel the need. I feel like when you go looking for shit, you find shit. And it just
True.
creates a situation.
I've learned that the hard way. So I don't go hunting no more.
What's done in the dark gonna come to the light.
You feel me? Like it was. Whew.
So if for a person like you and a person like Nolo B, who believes in the dating and then the dating exclusive and then a relationship, at what point in time do you decide, okay, I want to take this to the next level? Anybody can answer.
I mean, I don't have a specific time. It's just always been the vibes. Like the more time we spend together, the more comfortable I am with you, and then eventually you may meet my family. I mean, but this is not a necessary steps for me. But I'm just saying this is just how shit may
meeting
happen.
family is not a necessary step for you.
Nah, because I mean, I would hate for my family not to vibe with you. But if I vibe with you, then I vibe with you. It's not about my family at that point. You feel what I'm saying? But my family normally vibes with my people. So.
But if they didn't vibe with somebody and then KP was like, look, don't bring the girl over here because I don't like her. What would you do?
I would either not bring the girl over there or, I mean, it wouldn't be no smoke. I'd be like, I respect your house. It's your house.
Okay.
You can't tell me to bring her out to a family event.
But are you that person that would go back and say, let me tell you right now, my mama don't like you?
Absolutely. I was all the beef. She gonna get all the smoke. Hey, time out.
That creates a situation sometimes too.
I mean, hey, we gotta be adults about the situation. But this y'all grown folks, y'all gotta hash it out. Whatever y'all don't like about each other, maybe we can come to an understanding. I think that's about being an adult, being a grown up. Maybe y'all, if this is gonna be the woman I choose to be having my life for the moment, because I'm a day to day. I'm a day to day.
Relationship and bring them around your parents. It should be a little bit more than just
relationship. It's not for the moment anymore.
I like her. Yeah. So. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's for more longevity, but still, I'm not thinking about marriage. That's all I'm saying.
Do you see yourself ever getting married?
You know what? It's a trap, either or. You know, I see people.
It's a trap.
Well, no, I mean, let me explain, because I've seen all walks of life in marriage, like people that hate each other, but they're tied together financially, so they stay stuck together. I've seen that. You know, I've seen people who got together young and got divorced 5, 6, 7 years later. You know what I'm saying? And got kids together. It's just such a process that makes you look from the outside like, man, do I really want that? Am I going to find the perfect woman? Because I see 30 failed marriages that didn't. They would have swore up and down as their loved ones. It's just outside circumstances that do kind of, temper my judgment. But I'm just chilling for
So I'll say this. Relationships are work in general.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not just because a lot of people say marriages are work, but relationships are work in general because ultimately you're having to understand other people's ways of thinking and doing things, and it's just not gonna be the way you do stuff. And that's a hard pill to swallow, sometimes, especially when you've been living by yourself for a long time or you've been by yourself for a while. That's just something that's gonna be a hard thing for you to change, regardless of what's in the situation. If it's kids in the situation or whatever, y'all can just be in a relationship, but it's gonna still be just as much work as if y'all got married.
I agree. I mean, I don't agree.
You don't?
Certain things I just don't expect from you out of I don't know. I don't know. I just I feel like you just give me time. Time is all I ask for. Really, I don't know. Just like I ain't been in a relationship, y'all. I don't know what I'm talking about.
So glad we recording that shit.
I ain't been in a real relationship for so long that I really don't.
And
really
that's what I be saying. I don't think he understands the dating thing and these standards that he be talking. Okay, what do you bring to the table, Nolo?
Bruh, again.
So I'm just saying, I don't even feel like you're right now in the mindset to date. I don't feel like you're in the mindset today.
I am in the mindset today. If the date was, I just ain't really find no woman that I felt like
was on your caliber.
Not even. But y'all something else. Not even on my caliber, just that I felt like I wanted today. I want to invest my time in you. I haven't found that yet.
So how long do you feel like between dating exclusively? Is it for you a vibe too? Like
Dating
we're
exclusively
vibing.
before turning into a relationship?
Yes.
Like, is there a time frame or?
Do you reevaluate? Be like, look, it's
I
been
gotta
30
hear this
days.
one.
You know, we've been through this. This has happened. Whatever. You know, how does that conversation sound? When does it happen? Is it like a vibe?
When they able to take you off the streets?
That's my post.
That's what?
That's what I just posted with old girl. So that's what you talking about. That was my comment.
I had no idea.
What was the comment?
I was applying pressure. She may take me off these streets.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember the rest.
LOL, whatever.
Oh, LL, I was done. I was done. Couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it.
What's gonna make you change your Facebook
gonna be a
status to
vibe.
in a relationship?
Wow.
Never changing
It's
that.
gonna be a vibe for me, nonetheless. Because, like I said, I'm in that and dating exclusively. I want to see what ticks. I want to see the back and forth. I want to see how you really are after spending time with you. I want to know how you react to certain things or conversations, to how I'm trying to move at the same time, to, hey, my career path of trying to be a masseuse, you know what I'm saying? How that's going to make you feel.
Right.
You know, like, that shit not going to make a difference to me. You know, is it going to make a difference to you? You know, like, did we have that trust before, or is it like a, nah, you know, like, I ain't got that vibe. So, like, you never know. And to me, dating exclusively, sex is going to come to you. To me, that's what it means, sex, more so.
So
And
it seems
talking
like
with you.
conflict resolution is a big thing for you in relationships. Like how you handle arguments with me. Is that a big thing for you? Handling like disagreements.
Yes. I think I've dealt with like I said, a lot of people just like to blow shit off, or just feels like, okay, well, your way of the highway.
So that's from
or
your
just
dating
feel
experience that you feel
Like,
like.
shit, just with, so many people I've encountered. Yeah.
Okay.
Mostly it's like I can't. The communication was not there. Clearly.
Okay.
Communication. Yeah.
I have a question. So, with your career path of being a masseuse, let's say, you are in a relationship. Do you set I won't do massages past this time for that? Because what if you're out 11:30 at night, 12 o'clock at night doing a massage? That could really, disrupt
Booking
the
massages
relationship.
at midnight.
But I'm saying that's what he allows. If he has his
Somebody
own
that
business,
want some-
if he has his own
some
business,
other
Only a few things
okay.
open at them hours, man. We know what them
Exactly.
things is, so I don't book them hours no more.
okay. See, I mean, with him owning his own business, he can set his own hours. Realistically,
Realistically,
he
at
can do
shop
that.
hours, I will be at least on camera or whatever the case may be. So if anything was anything, hey.
Oh, I thought
got
you were
caught.
gonna have the mobile shop. I'm sorry, I thought you was gonna have a mobile masseuse.
Then again, that's me owning my own business, and we don't book on those hours no more. I'm sorry.
Okay, all right. So it's always been a respectable business hour. Okay, I thought you was just gonna be doing like side business.
I feel like in his dating exclusively or the possibility of relationship, he would change his hours. Like as a single person, yeah, he might take the 11:30 appointment.
Yes. And that's the difference. You got to know, like I said, why you dating exclusively.
Right.
You're dating this person exclusively to take it to a relationship. Like if you don't know that at that point, then you don't need to be where you at. So like if you're not willing to adapt to the changes of not fucking cheating or holding up to doing what you saying you're doing, which is only dating her, why bother? Because you could have just stayed single.
Right.
Like that's just real. That's just where I'm at with it. So
I feel that.
there is a difference for me.
Well, see-
There is that difference. The different stage of dating and dating exclusively than the relationship. So hopefully, for me, that time would be when I feel like, okay, I feel like we're here. I know you for me, I'm for you. I don't feel like you've in this whole time went behind my back. Hopefully in this whole time I've expressed the same thing to you. You don't feel like I went behind your back or anything else like this. I feel like you got a good head on your shoulder. Your kids are straight. You know what I'm saying? I like how my kids act around you, yours or whatever. All that's important to me.
Right.
So once all that vibe is okay, good, okay. Let's sit down and talk about it again because you're the one that's probably more so will bring me back to the table. So what we doing again? Okay. Well, let me look at the time. We've been good for, we can do that.
I think I really just figured it out in hearing you say something. How you was like, you got to know what you're dating for. And I think because I'm an opportunist, I don't look that far into the future.
What do you mean when you say
Let
that?
me explain,
Please.
If opportunity presents itself, So let's say I'm just gonna say I've never had a foursome before, right? And I got a girlfriend, and the opportunity of a foursome comes about. Yo, the
Fuck
kid
that girlfriend.
The kid is in the foursome, but I notice about myself. I'm an opportunist. If I see an opportunity for some things, I'm gonna take it. That's just my mindset, and I know that. So therefore, that's why I.
But all of those things that present themselves
date,
can't be at the sacrifice of your relationship.
But that's why I date day to day. Like that's why I just realized that.
Because you waiting on a foursome.
No, because I'm an opportunist, bro. Like,
You can just date people that like to bring other people in.
But that's just one opportunity. I'm an opportunist. Like,
And you would mess up something that you have been building for that one opportunity.
That's what it sounds like.
I mean, I guess it really depends on how deep I am into it.
Maybe
You're
you
deep.
should make a bucket list of things that you feel like you should do before you get
If
in a
he's dating
relationship.
day by day, you shouldn't
and
catch
then
feelings on a day by
kind
day.
of do those things before you.
I really think he's confused.
What?
I don't think you know what you want. I really don't.
Man, it's not for y'all to think that. I mean, it's just. I mean, y'all can think that. Y'all can think that. Let me take that back. Y'all can think that, but that's crazy. I mean, I know what I want. I'm telling y'all what's going on, and y'all just like not hearing me. I don't know.
No,
Because first of all, I
we
told
hear
you you need to stop calling it dating.
I'm not dating. I'm
You
not.
said I date day by
day.
day. What do you mean you're not dating? That's what you said.
I'm not dating now. That's what I was saying. I'm not dating now. But I guess you date. I just no. Okay, I did say day by day, but what I mean is I'm not dating for marriage. Not necessarily day by day, like that drastic. But I'm not like dating for like this super future with you.
Yeah.
So you're dating for the short term,
I'm dating
intentionally.
just to be dating and seeing where it goes. I'm dating for the vibe.
But where can it
exclusively.
go though? is
Who
what I'm-
knows?
But it won't go to marriage because that's not where you're at. So
It
where
can,
else?
think
but that's
you
not
want
what
to
I'm.
get
That's not what I'm like. That's not
Ever.
like. That's not like. It's not like I'm going into this to marry you. I'm like, oh, if marriage happens, okay, great. We can agree upon it. Let's talk about it. But I'm not going
I feel like
in
he
here
has
like,
days in my 15 years. But
Can we
he ever
move on?
decide to get married. What?
and that's
Move
okay.
on.
That's okay. Yeah. All right. What we got?
Okay, let's talk about the sex. So when you're dating as a dude,
Day to
Nolo,
day.
B, is there such thing as sex too soon that turns you
Yes.
off?
Yes.
Fuck yeah. That turns
Yeah.
me off.
How soon? Same day? Next day?
If I ain't feeling her like that, if she trying to attack me on the same day, it's gonna be the same day.
What?
Right.
For me, okay, so for me, I don't
Sex is a
try to get in
transaction.
your drawers on first day. I've never been there. I consider that like a gentleman type ordeal. Like,
Well, what if it's an aggressive girl that lets you know, like, I want to
then
be?
for me, like that's the turn off.
Okay, so it
Like,
is.
and it depends on, like I said, how the vibe is. Like, you can be aggressive in a certain way and like just let me know that you want something or whatever. You know,
There's nobody
tipsy,
that you've
you know,
ever
a
slept
little
with.
tipsy girl
on the
over
first
here or
date.
whatever the case may be, but just not so aggressive. But
So there's nobody that you've ever slept with, like on the first date, that turned into a relationship.
so it went on the first day and turned into a relationship. No, hell no.
What about you?
Same question, Nolo. Is that a turn off for you?
Yeah. Wait, let me think. Yeah, I've never done that. I've only dated a couple of people in my lifetime, though. Realistically. So
You've only what?
dated a few people.
Dated.
I mean, if we go by the definition of dating, bro, it's always been just like little flings, friends with benefits type of ordeals. Yeah,
Everybody you talk to, do you expect to have sex with?
absolutely not.
You know?
Nah,
Oh, okay.
I actually just like the company of a woman. Believe it or not.
As long as you ain't paying for nothing. As long as you ain't trying to eat, we good.
You know, something that I think you maybe should change your approach on how you're spending time with people. Like, you don't have to go places where you got to spend money just to hang out with people.
And even I agree. I definitely agree with that 100%. And I'm also like, I'm the type of guy, like, I don't mind, like, if I'm vibing with you, I'll buy some wings and fries and this and that. But I just don't like the, I don't like the intent. I don't like the mindset of a woman thinking like, oh, you supposed to do this. Don't tell me what the fuck I'm supposed to do. I have a real issue with that. Like, you
Do
thinking
you really
this is
think
what
all females expect that from you?
no, absolutely not.
But you go into the situation expecting
Right.
that.
Expecting them to
expecting
feel
it.
that
I'm
way.
going into this situation to avoid all like issues. Like, I'm just putting this on the table. Like, look, this is how my move.
But at the end of the day, do you realize how it makes it look?
I don't
To you,
I-
how it-
I
how it
guess-
makes
I mean,
you look.
honestly, I feel like people could respect it because instead of like hiding it or maybe it coming out later, like I'm just gonna say it.
True.
You run with it.
But then
like,
a lot of people make it. You may make it look. It may seem like you're weak.
That's fine.
In the same
because I'm
aspect.
far from it. I'm so comfortable within myself. I'm so comfortable with I love myself
that's
so
what I'm
much.
saying. We know you do, but
I don't care, bro. I'm gonna tell you
But
what
no,
it
look,
is.
what
I'm
up-
gonna tell you what it is, and hopefully we can move forward. Like, but it's never no disrespect. It's
but you
always
should let people
respectfully.
show you who they are. Like, let people show you that they're this person before you bring that up.
Okay.
I just feel like you're putting expectations on people that may not have them expectations.
Do you understand what she's saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So it's funny because like I'm the type of dude now that I'm older with some money
And some kids.
and some kids or whatever the case may be. Like I ain't inviting you out if I can't hold down the tab, regardless. Either way, whether that's you inviting me or me inviting you. But at the same time,
Wow.
if I'm inviting you, that's my ticket. I'm inviting you out. Hey, do you want to do this and that? Blah 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 blah.
Right.
Hey, I approach you at the gas station. Hey, you want to go out to eat? Why the fuck am I asking you we going Dutch?
Okay. First of all, I invite women out for their company, not to pay for them. That's just
Y'all can be each other's company
that's
without
fine. But
going anywhere.
why do I have to? And it's not that I won't. The thing is, see, here's the thing. I know it sounds like I would never do this. I would never pay. I have paid for many first dates, but what it is what I'm saying is like I don't invite you out to pay. I want your company. I'm saying, hey, do you want to accompany me to this place? And sadly, if you have to eat or drink there, it doesn't mean I want to pay for it. Like, why am I looked at as the evil person for thinking that
Nobody
way?
said that you're an evil person or that what you're thinking is wrong. It's just a little different.
It's just the way you wear the flag.
If you say, hey man, look, my pockets ain't right now, then you give me the opportunity to say, yeah, I got you. And it's established right then. Don't say, yeah, I come out and
For
do
what?
Have you ever-
$10 for wings and for
Have you ever
$15
invited a girl out and
Like,
they
what the
paid?
fuck?
Yeah.
It ain't often.
I mean, for you, not just for them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's still my thought process. I mean, I'm just not changing it, bro. It's like,
I'll just say this:
I just have-
it's kind of contradictory for you to say that you're so financially stable, and for
Right.
you to come to the table
Right.
and ask people to go Dutch.
Right.
Like
What the
that
fuck,
is very, that's very
Child
contradictory.
is very fucking like you ain't got
Like,
fucking
I'm
paper.
not childish
Like,
at
no,
all.
we're
I mean, I
telling
ain't
you
childish,
how
but-
it sounds.
right.
Because you think it seems one way, but we're telling you how it sounds from
As an
the outside
adult,
looking
it makes
in.
it seem like you ain't got the paper.
But I do though. That's the crazy part.
Oh,
but no,
okay.
I mean, but I understand it, and people can think that way, and maybe I just dodged a bullet.
No.
Maybe they just dodged.
Maybe
They dodged the bullet, right? There you go, right. This nigga ain't got
You
a
see how
bullet.
they think? That's funny. Maybe they just dodged a bullet.
I'm
Man,
gonna
I
give me a
know-
steak dinner.
Do you agree?
You know what?
Or do you think?
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. What do y'all bring to the table? Let me. What do y'all bring to the table? Bray, you go first, and then Toya, you next. Shit. Wait,
Tell us we hit a nerve without telling us we hit a nerve.
y'all jumping on my case. I want to know what y'all bring to the table. Yeah.
I already told you what I bring to the table, but I can match exactly what I'm expecting from other people.
But besides that, because I'm saying I want somebody to match me, y'all look at me like I'm crazy. So then I'm saying, what other than somebody matching you, what else do you bring to the table?
I'm a little confused about the whole conversation about what you bring to the table. Like, I mean, everybody should be bringing a doggone job, some form of living arrangements, and some form of a vehicle, and some form of cash. Those are the 4 things that you need. Now, other than that, I'm a great communicator. I'm a loyal friend. I got your back in any other thing that you need if I'm able to or make shit happen. But I mean, what else do you need to bring to the table?
You need emotional support.
What?
All right.
That may be what you need. Everyone doesn't need emotional support.
Everybody needs emotional support if you're in a relationship because shit happens on a day-to-day basis. Things may not be as good today as tomorrow as they were today. Like, you need emotional support from when shit do happen.
Meaning like what? When you say shit, you might be in your feelings one day, and the next day you might not. She might be in her feelings. You gotta.
So you ain't never needed emotional support ever?
Yeah.
Okay then. So I mean, I rest my case. People need emotional support. Now, when you needed it, whatever time and place that may have been, did you have it?
From her?
The emotional
I don't know.
support is a little
There's
weird to
family.
me because I feel like you can get emotional support. Like sometimes if I'm going through something emotional, I might call Toya. You know what I'm saying? So I don't necessarily need that from a mate per se, but it just depends on the situation.
Is she gonna give you the type of support you need though? Like, I just feel like
I mean, that's why I say
some people
emotional
don't
support is
give
a little
it.
different. I mean, emotional support from a desk, from someone work, from I mean, like,
Well, I guess you could go outside the relationship to get it, but I'm saying I feel like that's something important to bring to the table because
I feel like, again, sex, communication, finances are like your main 3 things in a relationship. So are you able to bring those 3 good things to a table? You know what I'm saying? I mean, everything else is really an extra commodity. Everybody should be working or have some kind of residual income. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I guess I feel like okay.
I feel like from a grown person standing, if you out here on the side of the road every Friday or every week between 9 and 5 because you out here trying to get some coins on the side of the road, that's different. You can't really do shit for me. I can't do shit. You got no. Well, you might have a car. These folks out here be having a car, but you get what I'm saying. Like, certain things should be an automatic as an adult. You need these things in order to sustain or be in a healthy relationship.
Copy that.
All we're trying to get you to see, Nolo, is that these things are great things. Like, you've accomplished some good things for sure. But
thank you.
Like, I may not come. You may come to the table and be like, I got a job, I don't have no kids, all this stuff. I may not feel like your job is as great as you think your job is. I may not think you're making as much as I feel like you should be making at whatever age you're at. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I may have a certain amount of savings and expect that you got that same thing. So, and you may not have that. So what I'm saying is,
what would that certain amount be for a real woman? And what would you expect for a real man to have as savings?
That's a good
not
question.
just in their checking.
Right. All right. Let's talk about it.
Toya.
You honestly should be able to sustain yourself if your job went away for a certain amount of time. Now, whatever that
6
amount,
months.
yeah, I was going to say about 3 months, but it really probably should be about 6 months. You should be able to sustain yourself from a living standpoint for a certain amount of time if something happened from your job standpoint and you couldn't get another job quick enough.
So that's what your savings should be. It should be to the point where I can pay my car note, my rent, my mortgage, whatever, buy my groceries, whatever I need to do for 6 months and sustain my savings.
Yeah.
Real shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I got it. I ain't gonna cap.
That's what's up.
But I mean, I got a roommate too, so I mean, I'm saving. It's just one of them situations where it worked out. See, but people don't see it that way. You feel me? But my car note paid for it. My car paid for it. So
all the
if I was
girls
to,
that you date, do they have their own place?
Nah.
Do any of them have their own place?
Yeah, that shit with pride. Hell no.
Why would they have their own place? Like, what?
No, I ain't dating, bro. I haven't dated nobody in a really long time. So
The women that you hang out with, do they have their own place?
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so out of 8 women that you hang out with, how many of them have their own place? Let's be a little bit more perspective.
I'll take one.
If it's 8 of them, then 2 of them got their own place?
Yeah, probably yeah. I'm thinking.
And I think that's
No, about 4. So it's about half and half.
I feel like that's a perspective thing because if I think about it, like most of the people that you know that's in your circle or whatever are in kind of like roommate situations.
Right.
Most of the people that I know that's in my circle either own homes or they live by themselves or they're paying like way regular ass rent in whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
Right. So to me, sometimes
Like my
your
rent high
circle,
as hell.
and that's what it means.
But it's
when
an 8 year
your
difference
circle.
between me and you as well. So your people,
What the hell does that have to do with anything?
I feel like your people are more established. I mean, the older you get, maybe I have a house at 35. I'm 29 right now. It's just not in my gameplay is not saying that people my age don't have it, but what I'm saying is I feel like more people your age do.
But I mean, even Jeff and Brent, for the most part, have maintained their own places.
Oh, you talking about having their own place? I thought you were talking about having a house. My bad. That went way over my head.
But I said they have had their own places and
Right,
houses
yeah.
paying full rent.
I bought my
Okay,
first house
right.
at 28. I'm just gonna be real with you.
Congrats.
I bought my first house at 28.
Standards.
And I sold it when I moved here and got a good profit off of it. And I'm in the process of buying my second house now. So it's not that you're at an age where people are not doing these things. So I don't want you to think that.
Not at all. I just said more so your age. That's all I'm saying. Just more so. More so. Why y'all looking like that?
When did you buy your house?
You're gonna
Like
find
the
more.
standards, though,
when
bro.
you
Like the
You're gonna
standards.
find more
You were
people her
30?
age that have houses.
Okay.
Like, I don't understand why y'all looking like. Why y'all.
Because I feel like again, it's about what you allow to be your norm.
Right.
Like, honestly, buying a house at 30 years old is technically late.
Late.
There are people that
Late.
buying houses at 24. 23.
Oh, see, I don't know those people.
And
so
when
I
we
can't,
talk about
I can't speak
houses,
on it. I
whether
can't
it's a
speak on it.
condo, whether it's a
Stop talking
townhouse,
to
it's
those
their
people.
piece of property that they're paying a mortgage on.
Right.
So 30 is technically late.
That's interesting.
They done had their house
But
10 years already.
I guess I didn't. I don't know. I just don't. I don't
Like
know.
I'm telling
'Cause
B, like,
since
yo,
I'm
we not signing the lease. We need to be ready to buy a house next year. So I mean, like, yo,
And it's funny
he
because
got
I
very
feel like
stable
I'm like
income
below
and
the ball,
everything.
bro. At 30, 35 with 2 kids. I mean, 34 with 2 kids and 3 cars and all the rest. Like, I'm still below the ball, bro. I got money in the bank. I got all everything you got.
Yeah.
A little more.
You think so?
And still ain't got my own. And that's and I feel like ashamed of myself.
I mean, that's,
Like and you feel like just because you
I don't
29
feel
with no
ashamed of myself.
kids,
I'm very,
like
bro, I'm so content at where I'm at. Maybe that's just me. I'm happy, bro. And can't nobody change my thought process on that. Not saying that I can't do better. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that I can't go out here and I shouldn't be get my credit's decent. I got my money. I'm maintaining the life that I want to live. I'm so comfortable, and I don't see no problem in it. I can move how I want to move, and I think that's the most important thing, to be able to do what you want to do. I'm not living for nobody else. So that's how I look at it, and they may be below or above somebody else's standards. But I respect all thought processes, you know. But I'm Gucci. Like I just don't. You feel me? So
Okay, so let's talk about this final realm of dating. Is what's a couple of good dating ideas, date night ideas. You want to take somebody on a date? What's a good little setup? What's a good little vibe? What's a good little place to go? You know what I'm saying? Some things to do on a night that Nolo might pay for the whole thing.
Waffle House.
Really, Google?
Waffle House is good,
Are you serious right now?
bro.
Let me give you some date ideas. You can go. I'm gonna give you some. I'm gonna give you
Not
some
for a
good.
date.
I'm gonna give you some good Atlanta date ideas.
After the date, though.
Nigga.
What's the date before Waffle House?
What I mean, we can do. I'm gonna edit all this shit out.
Netflix and chill.
I'm definitely down with that. Play the game.
Play the game?
Play the PS5.
Netflix and
Nah, for real. We can hit the city, man. It's a lot to do. We in the city of Atlanta, so. But I'm always feel like the drive-in movie theaters. I follow a lot of TikTok accounts that have a lot of date night ideas, so we can always go out for food. You know what I'm saying? But I have it's whatever. It's whatever.
So
she come up with.
if you were gonna go out with someone and you had to plan a date, what would you plan?
I got this little jar with popsicle sticks, and you can pull it. You can. Why y'all laughing?
You ain't original, motherfucker.
Are we making reindeer crafts? What the hell is going on?
You eat all the popsicles? Did you have to eat all the popsicles?
But I bought the popsicles from the dollar store, and you just paint them a different color. So if it's like a date night, a solo night, inside night, whatever, you got colorful tip sticks. But it's really creative, and it helps people that's indecisive like myself pick an idea. And it's really simple. Boom, let's go to the movie.
I know what you're talking
Boom,
about.
let's do this.
I've seen that done. I actually wanted to do that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
and it works. So
Because I think it's color coded by whether it's indoor or outdoor.
outdoor, yeah,
like
2-4
cooking or
people,
something.
yeah, shit like that, yeah. So
I seen it on Pinterest.
yeah, exactly. It's yeah, I did it.
You need a coach.
For what?
That's what you
think
need.
so,
You need a
too.
coach.
Right.
Brian, give me
A coach for
date
what? Wait,
idea.
a coach for what? A coach for what? I'm just curious.
Like for me nowadays, like according to Brittany, I'm like sugar daddy. Oh, the way I rock him and I move. Nonetheless, like depending on season, time, and all the rest of that good stuff, whether it be outside,
Brand's a helpless
indoor.
romantic. I will say that.
Outdoor, indoor.
Brand be liking to do some stuff.
Like
I told him, I said, if
We
he
gonna
want my
do
brother, I
stuff.
would date him.
we gonna he mad. Is it?
I'm just mad. Shit just caught me off guard.
Like I said, depending on what time and season and everything else like this, I would say if it's outdoor, my first thing is going to get you to kind of vibe with what I'm doing, like my habits or whatever the case may be. So I'm paint on the side. I'm a little Bob Ross Jr. or whatever. So we're going to do the paint sip. We may walk outside. We may, like, I'm thinking this time of season, maybe go see some lights or go walk through botanical garden or something like this or drive through. Yes, I am the old school picnics. Let's go sit under the tree. Let's go enjoy the weather.
That's
or
actually
whatever
cool
the case
for a
may
dude
be.
because a lot of dudes they always say, "I'm not into planning. I don't know what to do,"
Yeah.
so they leave it on the girls to do a lot of the
cool.
planning.
But
So it's kind of
see
cool.
what I learned at the same time, but this shit is cheap though. You do it my way, you know what I'm saying? You know, and you still get the experience of everything being romantic and special. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, because it's more personal, more so. Like, hey, first date for movies, not a good thing because you're supposed to be focusing on the movie, motherfucker, not that
I
person
don't
and
think
talking.
first dates
So
are movie
that's not a
things.
good.
I hope I just learned you something.
He ain't listening.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's recorded.
You did.
So, but yeah, like that's yeah, like I'll
You
make it
done
more
the
personal.
paint thing with the spinning paint thing where you wear the suit. You put on like a paint suit and then the paint spins on the thing. Oh, I'm gonna tell you about it.
But my next level of painting,
Since you like to paint,
my next level of painting will be some body paint. Like about to turn somebody into Cardi B, the Tiger. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
Yeah. Look, she writing it down.
I'm gonna take some
Like,
notes.
yeah, Party City gets a body paint, turn the body into a baby cub, a baby tiger, or something like that.
Oh wow.
Not a baby tiger.
But yeah, like drinks. You know, it's a lot of places in Atlanta which you can go to, you know, to get that, you know, 101 vibe or whatever the case may be. But yeah, that's more so what I'm doing on, you know, dates, ideas, keeping it personal. Hey, you can go walk through the woods, actually rent a little blow up little inflatable, not like a paddle boat, but an inflatable blower in which you can actually, like an inflatable raft. Boom, have a little date on there. Like, that's the type of stuff that I'll be on. Like, and it's real, like, just real chill, low key, and like more so personal. I like to skate, so if she a skater, if she willing to, I'm gonna get out there and try to skate.
Yeah, skating is I ain't gonna say come back in the style. I never was really the one to skate, but I've found myself knowing more and more women that like to skate.
Hey man, you get to touch a lot, real personal.
What's your date?
Different stuff. It's so much stuff to do in Atlanta that I think a lot of people don't know about. Especially like around the holidays and stuff. Botanical Garden is a good one, especially with like the Christmas lights and stuff.
I did that 1 year at Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
For me and Val, it was pretty dope.
But they have this igloo dining situation. There's a few different places you can do it in the city, but you reserve the igloo and then you have dinner inside the igloo outside. Like it's pretty
So it's
cool.
cold?
They have them heated. Like they have heaters inside of them, but yeah, it's pretty cool. So yeah.
You know, that would be so nice to see. Now, with me not dating anybody, I feel like, is that one of the places I would have to? Never mind.
Are you saying like who you would take there?
Yeah,
because you don't want to give them the wrong impression. Like it's,
well, not even
it's
the
more
wrong
than day to
impression. I
day.
won't pay for
Like
it. Nah, play.
you don't want it to be like week to week. You want it to be.
He don't want to pay for that fucking.
I want the company. I want the company. I want the company.
The igloo thing is a little pricey.
But just like I say, I always say with dating, I just don't like to pay for first dates because you don't know if we don't vibe. You know what I'm saying? Why
So
do it? That's all.
this can be the last topic. Let me ask you about pre dating.
That you ain't really had a good woman yet. Because you don't understand, like, if you put the time in first, my nigga, like, no, because obviously, no.
I've had.
Like, no. Like, not as an
I
adult.
think this way
like,
don't mean I haven't
not
had
as
successful
in like a high
relationship.
school relationship.
Okay, so let me say this. In the online dating world, there's a certain thing as pre-dates. I feel like you should do pre-dates with people. Pre-dates are not really what you would consider like a first date, but you meet somebody else. Y'all meet up at like Starbucks or something where there's not really an expectation for you to pay for anything, but you can have conversation. Like,
I don't think I would. I mean, I just
you wouldn't meet nobody at Starbucks?
no. I just don't. I wouldn't be interested in it. I mean, I don't know if I guess I'm not looking to date. Like I'm cool.
You
like,
don't really want to get to know people like that.
I don't want to date. I'm not looking to date. Like talking to people, just having casual friends, that's fine. But dating, I'm not just. I guess I'm not interested in dating.
I'm gonna take a picture of this.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, but I've said that from the jump though.
That you're not interested in dating?
Yeah, I ain't not right now.
Well, I hope that you're being upfront about the fact that, because I feel like you're not voicing it in the way that I think that you're really what you're looking for. the way you're saying
Ain't
it,
looking for nothing.
you're not looking for anything.
What do you think I'm looking for? I'm just curious.
I don't think you're looking for anything. I think you're really just looking to casually date and be extremely casual.
Hang out.
Yeah. I agree. I am.
But the way you said it to us in the beginning was almost like, well, I'm taking it day to day. I say I'm going Dutch. Like if I'm casually dating you, I would never expect you to pay for something if we hung out anyway. Because we're hanging out.
When I was saying that, I was explaining my dating exclusively in marriage, like my thing. I'm not looking to date, but if I was dating, I date day to day is what I was saying. So it wasn't for you to take any of this like, but I'm not interested in dating, so I guess it doesn't apply to me. But if I was
So when you meet people to hang out now, you just say like, hey, let's hang out. You don't say.
You might need to keep your mouth closed, man.
I guess I'm saying because we were asking you if you were putting these expectations out to people in the beginning, but if you're not even dating, you ain't got no expectations to put out there.
Yeah.
Other than letting them know you ain't trying to date them,
and even more if I'm not trying to date, right? Even if I'm not trying to date you, I shouldn't have to pay for shit.
You're gonna block your blessings.
I don't never block my blessings. I don't ever do that. I don't ever do that. Just not in the dating world. I mean, outside of the dating world, I'm an A1 solid person. Just in the dating world, I just don't. It's certain things I'm not willing to do.
Well, we got many different perspectives on dating tonight, so that's the coolness of the whole entire thing.
We got 3 logical ones and one not.
Yeah. So with my, are we closing?
Yeah. So in conclusion, man,
let me give y'all the code word for the gift card. We got a $25 Nike gift card up for grabs. The code word is Snowflake. In order for you to qualify to win this gift card, you need to like us on Facebook. Send the code word Snowflake to our email, rftrpodcast@gmail.com. And the winner will be announced live on our Facebook page on Friday at noon. And the quote for the week on dating is dating someone dating you with long-term goals and short-term goals can look exactly the same. So pay attention. Pay attention to these snakes out here in the streets. Long-term, short-term can look the same. Goodbye and good night.